Alimony is so beautiful, so smart. How come she can't find a man just like the rest of us?
To the type of men that she's talking to and the type of treatment that she's getting, and then determine whether or not you actually got something to be jealous of.
Because you are very too put together. I like them a little rough, a little.
To take all of the debt in my divorce or pay him alimony or you got me up.
Zero credit. The patriarchy runs deep in Black men.
Ask yourself, what am I bringing to him to ease or make his life better?
Welcome back to More to Life. Before I get into this video, like, comment, subscribe. Also, smash that notification bell just to be sure you get on my videos as soon as I release them. Let's get into this.
Okay, so why was your balloon unpopped for her?
She's beautiful. I like her dress.
Thank you.
And her whole attire. And her questions are deep too.
Yeah, definitely. So why did we end up popping his?
I don't know what it is. I think because you are very too put together. Huh? I like them a little rough, a little tough. You're very pristine and
Oh, trust me. Watch the intro of this video.
You look good, but it's just too put together for me.
I got you.
She said the man is too put together. So if you go on there, I'm imagining, what if the guy wanted in a suit? What if that's how he carries himself from day to day? Some men feel like they need to dress to impress. They need to look the part. You expect them to come up there. You know what? I say now, guys, go up there, jeans and a t-shirt. But you know what? If he was in jeans and a t-shirt, she would have said, oh, you're not put together enough. Oh, you're not. He goes up there unshaven. Oh, you didn't shave today. Always something.
Ridiculous.
Always something.
You can't mess up people's money because people need it.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Are you okay being the breadwinner in a relationship?
I'm not the breadwinner in the relationship. You mean any man I'm with?
Yeah.
I'm not the breadwinner in the relationship.
But would you be okay if you were?
I'm not. There's no man I know from you or he got a regular job. He work at a warehouse. He is the head of the household. He is the breadwinner. I will chip in as he see fit because he's the head. Now, this is the way I was raised. A lot of women not going to agree with me.
No, they ain't going to agree with that, Cheryl.
I'm cool if you don't, but...
They're about to tear you up, Cheryl. Let me
tear me up because here's the thing. Even if I make more money, it doesn't make me the breadwinner.
Oh, okay.
It doesn't make me the breadwinner. Mm-hmm. It makes me the baby. What you say you want to do what? Or this is what you want for Christmas? You want a pony? Okay, nigga. I got you.
Cheryl,
what?
The breadwinner, normally that person has the larger voice in the relationship.
He's a man. He's going to have, this is what I believe.
But what if you got the money, you making the money?
No, this is what I believe.
Okay.
I believe I am advice and concurrence.
Okay.
He is the head of the household. Now, this is how I believe. Okay. The word did not originate with me. He is the head of households. People need to start reading Ephesians. That's what I believe. I may be strong-willed. I may make money, but I'm not the head of the household. But
the way she thinks is golden, right? Yeah, she makes a lot of money. She probably has a couple of million. But when you hold a man here, that's what she's saying. I hold the man here. I believe in Bible times, right? Yeah, I can go out and get my money, but that doesn't make me look down on a man. I still respect you. And I can tell from the look in her eyes, she means that. If she can humble herself and say, I make more money than this guy, but I'm going to hold my tongue. I'm not going to say, I'm not going to be a modern woman. There's some women like that. Go find one. It's hard, but go find you one, brother.
Ladies, this is what you should ask yourself before you ask your man, that man, because he ain't yours yet. Ask yourself, what am I bringing to him to ease or make his life better? Mm-hmm. That's what value is. If you can't answer that question, you don't deserve anything yet. What has that man said in the way that you bring him value? If it's only, let me take you to dinner, let me take you to eat, let me do what? Why does he want to keep serving you if there's no service back? It is the law of reciprocity. What can you do to support that man? And that is the problem with these modern day women. It is all I, me, take. You got to be careful who you give to, because takers don't know when to stop.
Okay.
I am tired. These people they're ruining this generation. It's literally ruining the generation. Mm-hmm. And then little girls are glamorizing and fetishizing. Oh.
Yeah, it's true. And will it be fixed? I don't think so. We've come to the end of a generation, the end of times. And these ladies, it's gotten worse than when you go back to the Babylonian days and they were living in sin. Yeah, well, it was a little while. They were sacrificing children. But aren't they doing that now? Planned Parenthood. Like, I saw a guy from Planned Parenthood who was pretty much a demon. He was like, he said, "You believe in God?" I don't believe in God. I don't go to Jesus for help. Like, the guy was, that's what he was talking. That's what he's saying. Then the man died, right? They found 2,000 fetus babies in a garage. It was crazy, but yeah, he was demented.
Girl, I'm not about to be out here going 50-50 with no man. It's given, I don't want you. So you mean to tell me, instead of going 50-50 with a man and actually being able to put some money into your savings account and actually saving money, you would rather leave a man if he can't pay 100% of the bills and just be by yourself and still pay 100% of the bills? Yeah, because if he wants to be in a relationship with me, he's going to have to make sure that he is man enough to take care of me all around the board. He's going to have to pay for all the bills. He's going to have to pay for all the dates, keep gas in my car. He's also going to have to make sure that my nails and hair is done. He's going to have to make sure the kids are straight. He's going to have to make sure that there's food in the house. He's going to have to do all the things. I should not have to lift my finger as a woman. I should be able to sit at home and be pretty and do nothing. So basically, you just rather struggle by yourself than to have a partner that's... I'm not understanding. I guess.
Yeah, it's wild because they talk the talk, but they still would rather to struggle. Like, deep down, something's in them. They won't accept anything less. Why? Because they really, when they feel that pressure of a bill is overdue, I can't pay it, because yes, 50% of your bills. And also 50-50, it's not always 50-50 split down the middle. Sometimes it's 60-40, 65-35. Be willing to bring something to the table. And as the lady said before, bringing something to the table is not just the bills. Bring something extra that maybe he can't do. A man won't mind paying most of the bills. Because a man nowadays, the way things are in the U.S., a man's not paying everything. He'd be dead broke.
Okay, this video is going to be more of like a rant and just like probably a little bit TMI, but my divorce girlies are going to know what I'm talking about. So when I was married for 13 years, and I like 100% supported my ex-husband in like the startup of his business. Like, I created his LLC. I did all of these things. I pushed him to go to his taxidermy school. I made sure that he had a business. I picked the start date. I made the Facebook page. I did all of the things for him. And in the background, I was building my own business and working full time. Fast forward several years later, and we decided to get a divorce. Things just didn't work out. The why doesn't matter, but what does matter, and what I'm really struggling with right now, and I'm sure that I'm not alone, is that I was the breadwinner, right? He was a small business owner, so tax returns, write-offs, all the things. And I worked full-time, W-2, making over 6 figures a year. So when it came down to time for our divorce, even though the reasons of the divorce were not my fault fully, no, I shouldn't say that. I'm just as much to be held accountable for the divorce as him. Anyways, because I made the majority of the money on paper, I was required to take all of the debt in my divorce or pay him alimony or child support. And quite frankly, you got me up, because I ain't no motherfucker. So I willingly took all of the debt.
You sure what she said? You got me effed up. That's how men feel. It's mostly men that are paying alimony. Men want to say the same thing. You got me effed up. Do you hear many men talking like that or complaining when they get divorced? Not really. You see me doing all the complaining for them, but you won't see men. You see some, but still it goes ignored. It goes unnoticed. Because men, we just eat poop and shut our mouth. That's how it goes. And she gets to say, you got me effed up.
It's about damn time.
I hear you though. That's how a lot of men feel too.
And 100% am supposed to pay for all of the kids' activities and all of the things, which I do. And like literally everybody in my life told me not to do that. And I thought, it's fine. I've got it. I'll be able to handle it. Everything's fine. I'm going to be able to do it. And here we are like 2 years out and I'm literally drowning. I quit my job to take my business full-time last year, and it was really I didn't really want to quit. I really wasn't financially ready to quit, but I had missed so much work because my oldest son had, been hospitalized for his mental health a couple times, and then my daughter with her diabetes, and I was a sales commission job, so my customer service score was dropping. So it was like a mutually agreeable, like, okay, we're going to see you later type deal with my full-time job. And I am just like, I'm drowning in debt. And like, I get calls every single day. Like, hey, you owe us this money, and hey, you owe us this money. And I'm like literally just trying to pay my rent. And I'm not asking for anything unless you like want to join my coaching programs. Like that would be great. But like, I'm not asking for you to like Venmo me money. I'm venting because I'm so frustrated because it's like life's not fair. And I know that. And I'm not going to like sit in victim mentality, but like it should not be this hard to live in this country. And I'm drowning and I'm not the only one. And
now the wild thing is I don't wish harm on nobody. I hope she's successful. I hope she doesn't have to pay alimony, but so many men have paid alimony back in the days and now as well. So I say you have to go through it. You have to bite the bullet, right? And move forward, push forward. Maybe you should have cut some slack on you, but most likely not. Why? Because ladies are raping men when it comes to alimony and things like that, child support orders. Woof, it's a nightmare. That's why these no for divorce ending soon, because I know Trump is going to end it. I think it'll be a good thing, even for some women.
When you raise your standards and realize your worth and decide to start dating like for quality relationships, you will obviously start to notice that you're not going to be doing as much dating as you used to. There's not going to be as many men available for you to talk to because now you don't want just regular men. You want what's up here, right? We know this. We've talked about this. But what I don't think I've heard a lot of people talk about is that sometimes when you're in that phase, it's very easy for you to get jealous of other people. Of other people's relationships or other people who are just that one friend that seems like she always got a man on her line. It's easy to be like, dang, I wish I had that. Like, I know he ain't no good, but I wish I had somebody that wasn't no good on my line too. Like, it's super easy to get stuck in that mindset. And if you let it will pull you backwards. It will. I remember I had this one acquaintance friend type girl, and she was never without a man on her line ever, and they was fine too. I'm talking fine. And it used to really trip me up because I'm like, how do you keep these men? How do you have this? You are never without one. Like, it was really starting to bother me. So the closer we got, it was one night we started like looking at each other's text messages or looking at each other's hinges and like, just being nosy and talking about these relationships or whatever. And baby, never was I ever jealous of her again. The more she opened up and the more like the closer that I got to actually seeing what her experience with these men was like, the more I realized that none of this was what I actually wanted. These men weren't on her line. She was on their line. You FaceTiming them and they're not answering. You're asking to be taken out on real dates and they telling you, no, but you can come over and we can Netflix and chill. Like, that's the type of treatment she was getting. But from the outside, to me, like prior to that night, it seemed like she's just so desirable. Like, it seemed like don't nobody want me. Why do they all want her, but ain't nobody really interested in me? That wasn't the case. She has somebody on her line all the time because she accepts any type of treatment. Not even necessarily any type of treatment, but accepting treatment that I myself would not want. Nobody has a plethora of quality men on their line all the time. She might have a plethora of men. She might have a roster of men always talking to her and always taking her places. But the likelihood that they are quality men that you actually want to be in a relationship with is very low. It's not impossible. She might, but it's very unlikely. Okay? So before you get...
No, that's not true. I don't buy that, right? She's accepting nonsense. Seriously, like she's accepting things men wouldn't accept from a woman, right? I mean, and it's going to happen because your friend is actually a modern woman. She's a pick-me in the wrong way. Like, she's one of those jump-off pick-me's. And as you said, you notice that one guy said, "Oh, let's Netflix and chill." She probably accepts those. Now, looking at somebody and saying, "Oh, it's not always what it's cracked up to be," that's not always true. Because you got people out there that are militant, that are on their game, and a lot of times things go their way because they don't play no games.
All caught up in the self-pity and the self-doubt of why does it seem like everybody want her but don't nobody want me. Pay close attention to the type of men that she's talking to and the type of treatment that she's getting, and then determine whether or not you actually got something to be jealous of, because 9 times out of 10 you really...
Well, yeah, if they tolerate nonsense, you definitely don't have nothing to be jealous of. But you shouldn't be jealous of anyone anyway. You know, jealousy, that's one of those deadly sins that'll leave you out in the cold. And what I mean by out in the cold is you're stuck. You're upset at somebody's life and how they're living, and you're looking at what they have for no reason. Because you have to understand, anything you have under the sun, a lot of times, is not good. When you see it that way, that's when you'll be all right.
I used to talk to men for SW content creators. That was kind of like my thing. They paid me a monthly salary. I think it was about $500 most of the time, just to be in their inbox and talk to the guys. Because talking to men is exhausting. It's very, very exhausting to speak to men, especially when they only want one thing from you. It's very, very mentally draining, one might say. It's just mentally it messes you up. But here goes the thing, right? Here goes the fun thing. They would say the most diabolical stuff to me. It was actually insane. One guy, I still have this. One dude, because the women couldn't get like gifts from them, I would have the women send stuff to me. They didn't want to get a PO box, so I'd have them send them to my address essentially. And some guys actually show up to my address because of this. But let me show you what a guy sent me one time. Guy just sent me a bag of his hair. I still have it. I still have that. I still have this. I still have this. One guy sent me his teeth. Another dude sent me other stuff. I don't want to talk about the other stuff they sent me. But it was just disgusting, gross, and volatile and vile. It was just...
I found out he looks kind of weird. He got the different color hair. I used to text men for SW woman. I don't know what SW mean, but it's S-worker woman, I guess. And yeah, if you're doing that, like I'm sure they're saying some weird things to you and you receiving gifts for workers, that's wild. Yeah, the way you looking, bro, it's like throwing me off.
Insane. And I can understand why it's so hard to do that line of work and why so many like women quit. Some women just give up because of the harassment, the disgust, the vitriol, because they're in a market that's highly demanded but not wanted. And let me explain what that means. People want to see, you know, and they want to see that, right? They want to see those two things. But in general, they want it to be hidden. Like, they want you to be in the sheets but not on the streets, essentially. But they want you to, at the same time, be a god of pleasure at the same time while being a virgin. It's like an impossible standard to uphold. It's crazy because, you know, they want to see it. Like, people want to see it. Men and women, essentially. They want to see it. But they don't want it to be like the reality of what a person is. And when somebody tries to run on that and make money off of that and exploit that, they're like, no, you're a bad person. You're a bad person. I'm going to shame you for it. It's insane. I would get the craziest messages. I have a wife and 2 kids, but I would leave them all if you would please just send me a video of you stepping in a bowl of banana pudding. Like, that was a literal message I received. I was like, what? Banana pudding? how much? And they'd be like 500. I'll send 500 right now to any source. You want the banana pudding video? And I would send her the message. She'd read it and she'd be like, what? Banana pudding? I'm like, I know, banana pudding? What? That's crazy. I got vanilla wafers right now. Just make it right now. And it would be just insane things. And obviously the requests got more unhinged and out of hand. And I would have to relay them. I would have to relay all these messages to the women who did the content creation. And I would have to like mitigate it. I was kind of like the all-powerful filter of messages. And it was just so much. It was mentally destructive.
Yeah, I don't know. That's a weird job to have. I couldn't have that kind of job. My man getting all kinds. I can imagine the message you got. I would have left the first day. How did you do that for so long? Weird.
This is one of the depressing things that you find out the deeper and deeper you dig into civil rights and even abolitionist history. The civil rights movement wasn't for us. And by us, I'm talking about people who look like me. Black women. The civil rights movement was not about black liberation. It was about black male supremacy. The civil rights movement wasn't about equality for black people. It was about equality for black men with white men. You know, you go back and you read the real tea, not just the curated, sanitized account. And you realize very quickly that black men had ulterior motives during the civil rights movement. You find out little tidbits like a lot of the motivation for the civil rights movement were men who just wanted to.
No, not ulterior motives, because you're adding your feminist propaganda in there, right? That's what you're doing. It was for all. Black women were standing up with black men. It's just, you got to think about it, right? At that time, black women, they believed that black men was everything. They still believed, as the other lady said in a video earlier, in Ephesians, right? They still believed in certain things. They still believed in the Bible way, where women are supposed to cater to men. It says it right there in the good book. But that's why, to a feminist, it doesn't make sense. And you're a feminist. You're one of the head feminists I see all the time on TikTok making these videos. So yes, it doesn't make sense to you. But to say it wasn't for black women, that's crazy. I want to hear more of your feminist propaganda.
To be able to marry white women. You find out about all of the women in the movement who were doing the legwork, who were actually doing the work and getting zero credit. The patriarchy runs deep in black men. They identify with white men. They're not fighting for equality. They want to be able to have the same amount of power in society as white men. And this even goes back as far as the abolitionist movement. I mean, these dudes have never changed. Like Frederick Douglass leaving his black queen for a white woman. I mean, you can't write this. There are so many female unsung heroes of the abolitionist movement who did so much legwork and got zero credit. It's black women who fight for everybody.
Lost. Straight lost.
If you can find a black man that likes black women, let me know.
Wait, stand right here. Stand right here.
Okay, go find one.
I found one. You right here.
Not that one.
Always how it goes. Always.
Quick one. Guys, if you're going out with a female, right, and she's being masculine or she's being a bit argumentative, you know, and she's picking you up on certain things, this is on you to realise, okay, cool, she is literally sitting in her masculine energy, right? And you're not allowing her to be feminine. You're not bringing her peace, you're not bringing her love. So she has got her back up and she's in her masculine energy. That is on you. If she's sitting in her masculine energy, that's all you're gonna get. You're gonna get this. But if you love her, bring her peace, you're gonna get this woman who is flourishing.
Someone to blame.
In her feminine energy, and you're gonna get a nicer vibe. Trust me.
No. If a girl comes with that energy from start, that's how she is. I'm getting tired of the talk. Oh, help me be in my masculine energy. Stop it. Get some help for real, because you weren't feminine when I first met you. So things aren't going your way. You just go, yeah, what's up? I don't like the way you treat me. I gotta be masculine now. No, like no. Somebody comes to rob your purse, you turn into a man and start. You pull out your Glock and start shooting at him. No, you're not gonna do that. You're gonna cry. You're gonna stay in your feminine energy and want me to do something about it because you're feminine, right? So stop this until you start squaring up with some dudes and knocking them out when danger happens, or rescuing some men, or saying men and children first, and us women are gonna stay here in the fire. Then you can talk. You can say, I stayed in my masculine energy to save my husband when the fire hit. When those LA fires hit, I was out there in LA. I stayed in the fire. I died. And you wrote a note about it. Like, yeah, no. You can't say that anymore. Stop it. Get some help.
I've been wasting no time on the dating apps with these LA player losers. I've been hitting them with this as my...
Annie is so beautiful, so smart. How come she can't find a man just like the rest of us?
Excuse me?
She makes very good points in like all of her videos. And for all the haters in my comments saying that I don't look good enough.
We agree.
And I don't fit the European beauty standards or whatever. Annie sure does. She's a beautiful, skinny, thin white woman, blonde hair.
Then where? I didn't see thin, but continue.
Blue eyes. I hope you don't mind that I'm describing you, Annie. But she's like gorgeous inside and out. She has very similar standards to me where she wants a man to be a man, pay for the date, provide for her, be a leader, things like that. And she's still without a partner. And a lot of what the negative comments are is that I don't fit the aesthetic looks wise for that kind of man. But this is an example of a woman who does fit that stereotype that you guys are saying, aesthetically pleasing. And she is still having the same issues that I do. So instead of like putting it on the woman's looks or putting it on women to be like, oh, and that's why you don't got a man and that's why you're single. Maybe the problem is with these men out here who literally do not take accountability for anything they do.
You can't make this up.
They don't want to provide. They don't want to be a man. They literally just want to do nothing and get credit for it. It's...
See, women like you are the problem, right? Because usually a lot of women like you, there are plenty of them. What are they doing? They're pick-me's, the worst kind of pick-me's. They're trying to pick up guys from jail and supply everything for their life, right? Usually girls look like you. That's what they're doing. They're paying guys' bills. And then you got a nerve to get on TikTok and you said the girl was skinny and she's pretty. Like, that girl wasn't pretty. You're not pretty. Lower your standards. What are you crazy? And this is the wild thing. There was a woman who was gorgeous and Target. Desirable Truth interviewed her. Humble. Probably would take a cheeseburger. I saw in an interview one time where a Spanish girl, looked like she just came from Mexico, said, oh, that's fine. If my man gave me a cheeseburger, I would like that. I like cheeseburgers. I said, I think Desirable Truth interviewed her too. And I said, wow, it shows that you get a sprinkle. You get a sprinkle in the West, but a sprinkle's not enough. We need a rainpour. Because right now, society, U.S. society, the American society has went to an all-time low. And especially with Trump doing what he's doing, he's going to mess around and deport all the good ones. Seriously. All the good women we have left out there probably going to get deported. Come on, Trump. Chill out, bro. You giving men no chance. There's no hope now. That same woman that the Desirable Truth interviewed probably on the run. Come on, Trump. At least keep the good woman. Leave them behind. Send them in out of here. But yeah, y'all. I'm joking. Thank y'all for watching. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and see you next week.